So ideally someone is supposed to come and sign in there, right?
I hope I'm not on video.
No, you don't have to be.
Okay.
You can stand on this side. So I was like, no, I cannot be going through these steps, just capturing pictures, and then people will be wondering, like, yo, what's
Wait, the information.
like, yo. So,
Are you South African?
no, Zambian.
Oh, Zambian.
Once I got to the first floor, I asked the guys that were there, I'm saying, is there someone here? They were like, no, there's no guide.
Oh.
And you know their accent, they thought I was saying, is there no guns? I was like, yo, relax. I mean guide, like a person to
guide you.
Yes, yes.
But they have like sometimes an intern there, but I don't know if she's sitting there.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the current population of Namibia? I was asking the other day.
1.2 million.
It's not even fine. The entire country.
The entire country.
Just like if you want,
Oh, our population is not that high.
Yeah, I thought it was 5 though. I thought you had reached 5.
Yeah, we did census last year and it's still standing at the same place.
Would you happen to know how many window? Like how many people?
About 300,000.
Wow, this is a very small. No wonder I was saying there was no traffic earlier on. You guys don't have traffic. Yes, you've got cars, but you never have traffic jams.
We have only in the morning.
Really?
And rainy days.
On what roads are those?
Mostly when everybody's coming to work. Not in the city though, when you're coming from the township.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or when you're coming from the townships.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The first part of the museum, where we have our leader, which is the first president of Namibia. His name is Sam Nujoma. And then we have all of the ethnic leaders that back then were rulers. So most
The ones in the gold plates?
the ones in the gold plates. All of them are gone now.
Okay.
Yes. On the other side, we have the
Is this the man that the statue is for? Outside?
Yeah, that's him on the outside.
Yes. Okay.
On the other side, on this side of the wall, we have the first World War that we were fighting against Germany.
Okay.
And then on this side, we have the Second World War that we were fighting against South Africa to get back the country.
Okay.
Yes. The plan here is...
So after you won from Germany, South Africa
we did not win from Germany.
What happened?
To maintain the country. It was told to maintain, but then they took over.
So are you saying both the South Africans and Germans were running it at the same time?
No. The Germans ran the first time. When the
Yes.
South Africans came, they just had to step down.
Okay.
They
So
were
yes.
still here, but they...
just an exchange of power.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
The plant here is very important to Namibia. It's called the balbicha.
This particular
It's
plant.
that one there.
What's it called again?
The balbicha.
Okay.
So the balbicha, originally when it grows, it has 2 leaves, and after that, because of the way it grows and where it grows, it's in the desert. So the desert wind can be a little bit harsh, so it tears into many leaves afterwards. So this plant is illegal to take out of Namibia.
If you find it in the desert.
You may not touch it at all.
Not that it's poisonous, just because of
It's just
the
because,
value
yeah.
that it has.
So this plant is 2,000 years old. That's why.
You mean it's only one plant or it's several plants?
It's several plants, but it's very endangered.
Endangered.
Yeah,
Okay,
very
okay.
endangered.
So it's not only found in the Namib desert?
Yeah. It's only found in the oldest desert in the world.
Yes.
So in this section, we have a little bit of tradition,
Yes.
where you get to get the different traditions from the San people, including the Nama and the Damra. So back then, they would use a lot of leather from animal skin, the goat, cow, or mostly springbok,
Yes.
or kudu. But nowadays, it's not allowed to hunt animals anymore, so people started turning modern, but the San people still do have their traditional
In which part of the country have those found?
The San,
Yes.
they are in the south part of the country, or south northern part of the country.
Okay.
Yes. On this side, we have different items people were using to fish in the far north side of Namibia, which is called the Kavango Strip. They
Yes.
still do use something.
That's where Kazungula is, right? Yes, because that's where I entered from when coming into Namibia.
You drove in
No, I came by bus.
with bus.
Yes, yeah, pretty much drove in.
So
Yeah.
okay, here we have the ostrich egg. That's very important because almost every tribe in Namibia has used the ostrich egg for their ethnic beliefs. It has been used as a necklace, as a container for storing things.
So after you empty the liquid from...
After you empty the liquid, so what they do is you have to put a small hole inside there, not
Yes.
to burst the egg.
Yes.
Then you can, with the San people, what they do is they have to consume the liquid, like the egg raw. Yeah, they just take it out like that.
The San people, is it that guy who was in the Gods Must Be Crazy? That's
Those are the San.
okay.
They're the oldest living people like to say. But the Damra people are similar to them, so the Damra people are known as the mountain people.
Okay.
So the mountain people would draw a lot of animals on different rocks, like the giraffe that you see here. There's actually a place called the White Lady Paintings in the northern part of the country, which we call Damraland or
Yes.
Kawakole,
Yes.
where they would draw animals to identify the animal. So back then, they would say this is the long-necked animal.
Okay.
So they didn't have a name for it.
Yes.
Until they now started calling it giraffe.
So they would just draw it and then just call it...
They would draw it with
in what
this-
language? You happen to know the language?
I do, yes.
What was it? What's...
It's, we have 13 different languages, and I do some of the 13 languages.
So what language with these
This
guys?
is the Clip language, the Damra.
So how do you say long neck?
Long neck? No, I don't know the name in Damra. I'm not originally Damra.
Yeah.
I'm South African, but I work here in Namibia.
Yes.
So here we have the different stones. I also am a little bit of Namibian.
So one of your parents is Namibian and the other is South African?
And the other one is South African, yes.
Who's
My
South?
dad's Namibian, my mom's South African.
Okay. So do you spend time in SA or you not?
When I don't work, yes.
Okay. All right.
Here we have the different stones that they were using to do different colors. Sometimes the stones would be used to do a color on the ostrich eggs because they are very quick to be colored. So they can turn pink or orange,
Yes.
whichever color you like. And they would also draw with this stone on different rocks because back then they didn't have pens and this was the only pen they had.
Yep.
Here we have three groups that look similar, but they are not. There are three different...
You mean the ones in picture
The
or?
ones in the picture.
Yes.
So here we have the Oshibango tribe, then we have the Kavango tribe, and then we have the Caprivi tribe. So
Okay.
Caprivi tribe is known for a lot
Caprivi, that's on the far,
Yeah.
this one here.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So they are known for coming from Zambia somehow. They
Okay.
migrated from Zambia.
Yes.
Because
I think,
they-
yeah, because when I entered Kazungula, the language that they speak is literally what is spoken in, it's called Loze. I don't know what you guys call it here. But yeah, the language,
It's known, yeah.
you call it Loze also?
Yeah, it's Lozi. They speak
So
Lozi.
I suspect it's those
Yes,
people there.
It's the Caprivi.
Okay.
And then the Kavango, they speak Kavango.
These are the ones in the center?
Yes. No, the ones on the Kavango strip. As you are coming in,
Oh, that's them.
that's them and them. They stay there together.
Oh, but they're two different
Yeah.
tribes. Okay.
Two different tribes. These ones are also on the north, so they just stay a little bit down from them.
Yes.
And then these are the different instruments and things that were used back then. Some of it is still being used, especially the
As ports or what? Yeah.
pots, water containers, the boats that you always find in the Kavango strip or the Kavango river or the Caprivi. So
Yes.
you always find that.
Yep. What of this part, the Scramble for Africa, you happen to know?
So this is from the Germans.
Yes.
I don't know how to explain the stitches. So
Pretty much when they shared
Yeah.
the Namibia as their country.
Yeah, they, especially the South Africans, they thought that it's one South Africa.
No, I remember that story, yeah. And then you had to fight them off. But pretty much the culture between South Africa and here pretty much is the same. That's one thing I've picked. You've got Afrikaans and...
We have Afrikaans because of the South Africans, but we also chose to speak Afrikaans because of the different languages that we all speak.
so it's more convenient to
It's more
meet up.
convenient to meet up in Afrikaans.
Okay.
Our older generation used to speak a lot of them speak German, but then with the younger ones, they mostly speak English.
Yes.
And then Afrikaans became.
So you've got two official languages.
We have two official languages, with
That's-
Afrikaans and German to understand each other.
You mean German is an official language here?
It's no, not really.
It's English, your
It's
official
English, sorry, English and Afrikaans.
Yes.
And German is somehow there
language. Oh, yeah, because...
because of the influence we had. before.
Yes.
So here we have the heads that came from Germany that were taken during the times that the Germans were ruling Namibia.
These are literal heads of
These are the
people.
literal heads of people that went to Germany, and then we got them back into the island. So, and on the
This
Shore
particular-
Island, that was a whole camp, yes.
This one or this one? Both of them?
This is the Alpefesta concentration camp. That's the Shock Island concentration camp.
Explain what those are.
So the concentration camp was created by the Germans to enslave people or the ones that are working for them. And the only way you would ever get judgment or judged is by hanged or by being
Shot.
Yes, and
Yes.
most of the people, their heads would be severed from there.
So what could be the reason for such treatment? This is what is being demonstrated here. After you steal something or...
No. Most of them are very innocent people. So the first genocide was the first in the entire world happened in Namibia. So I will talk a little bit about the genocide when we go to the next room.
Okay.
Because most of these people were innocent. What the Germans were doing was they wanted to take the land. Namibia,
So this was prior to them or
this was
the
prior to them
colonizing
the country, yes.
Okay.
So this is all colonial times.
Yes.
The guy here was executed, so he's from the Oshivambu tribe. This is the only tribe that had kings. Most of the tribes had chiefs or either a queen.
Yes.
So he was the only king, but he was very young. So the Germans wanted a piece of land from that side, and the only way they could get it is by executing him.
Yes.
So what they did was they spoke to one of his own right-hand men, the guy that's holding his head is his right-hand man.
Are you serious? This guy here?
That's a black guy.
And then the rest are white,
The
right?
rest are white, yes.
Okay.
So his own right-hand man
Sold him off.
sold him out.
Okay.
And then that's how he got killed. And then the right-hand man also got killed because he...
You mean right after this picture? They
Right
killed him?
after this picture, they killed the other
Wow.
one. So that's him, and that is his kingdom.
So then, what was the point of the picture? Out of curiosity, just for them to say how dumb someone can be.
Just to show that how dumb someone can be by just selling your whole tribe out.
And then anything in particular about this gentleman here?
Not really. It just shows a prisoner and how they would
Oh,
be
they would be
chained,
treated.
and then we will show you as well as the chains that they're using, which are the original ones that are here in the museum.
Okay.
Here in this picture, that's Mandume Ndemifaya, the young king. After him, there were no kings from there. The tribes now decided to just make chiefs.
So all these are black people here.
All those are his kingdom. That's
No, I'm saying, all these are black.
All of them are black. Yes. There's
So
no
then-
white person there.
These are the ones that took the picture. So they were just casing out the...
So back then, everybody had, like, because with him, he was a king and
Yes.
he had facilities.
Yes.
He had there was a lot of photographers coming from different countries
Yes.
going into the hole and documenting everything.
Yes.
So someone did take this picture, but this was done by mostly, we had these pastors that are coming from different countries.
Yes, or
There's a name for
the
them.
missionaries.
Missionaries. So
Yes.
that was taken by a missionary.
Yeah.
Or a photographer that was a missionary.
Yes.
Most of these pictures were taken by missionaries. So this is from the Nama tribe, and then with their chief. So the guy here is the Nama chief.
So the Hiba is not a tribe?
Himba and Herero is one tribe that was divided.
Founded in where? Which
They
part?
migrated from Congo all
Yeah.
the way down to Namibia.
But Congo is not your neighbor, right?
No. It's very far.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So the Himba and the Herero, they have most of the Namibian tribes have migrated. The original tribes in Namibia are the San and the Tamra people.
Okay.
So that's the only woman king that ever ruled a kingdom, which is from the Caprivi tribe. Yes. So her real name is Miriam, but that's also her name on top there.
Yes.
Yes. So she ruled her kingdom from 1926 until 1941, went into exile in South Africa and came back and continued from 1958 until 1971.
Okay.
Then she passed on. And the guy here is from the Herero
The one in the
tribe.
black suit?
Yes, the one in the black suit right there.
Yes.
So he's from the Herero tribe. The name Chief Samuel Ma Herero comes, his name is within his tribe.
Okay.
So he also went into exile because of reasons I will tell you a little bit later.
Okay.
Yes. So Mandume Empire was well connected. He had
That's him.
allies. That's him. No, that's the king that was executed.
Okay.
Yes, so that's him sitting there with his right-hand man.
The one who sold him off.
The one who sold him off. That's him also here, and that's the right-hand man.
Oh, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
He wasn't looking like a big deal there.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. And that's the
That's
settlement.
Hendrik Witbooi, the guy on our $50, $100, and
What's his story?
$200 bill. So Hendrik Witbooi is the chief of the Nama tribe. His people also got, most of them got killed by the Germans as well.
Part of that genocide?
Part of the genocide. They had a genocide in the southern part of the country where about 10,000 Nama died.
Yes.
And then with him, his grave was never found because he was part of the people that died until now. His grave was never found. So in
So
honor
he's just
of
treated
that,
like an ordinary person. Like,
he's a big deal in
no, I know
Namibia.
it's a big deal, but
Yeah.
in terms of his corpses were not
His
treated
corpse
like.
are not found until
Yes.
now.
So,
So
he was
they did
placed
hide his corpse.
on the money. They put
Yeah.
him on
They
a
put
coin.
him, yeah, just to honor his
Legacy.
legacy. Yes. Okay, in here we have the genocide that happened against the Nama and the Herero.
That's 1904, right?
That's 1904, yes. From 1904 until 1908, this genocide has taken place. So the genocide happened in the northern part
So
of
it
the
was for
country.
4 years.
This is for 4 years, yes. So the new commander-in-chief of the German shooter trooper, which is the guy here in the picture,
This
the
guy.
one there,
Yes.
he gave a command that every Herero, man, woman, or child, if they have been would be spotted or seen, they should be killed either by hanging, shooting, or their heads should be severed. And
So that's part of those heads that you guys demanded back.
No. These are different heads now.
Okay.
Yes. So then, with that, a lot of the Herero people ran into the desert, and then most of them decided maybe if they go into the desert, the Germans might not follow them. But the Germans had different motives of surrounding them, and then with that, most of
It was
them
easy
died
to
of
trace someone.
yes, hunger and thirst. Some of them that tried to escape were shot or by hanged. About 88,000 Herero people died that day in the genocide. On the other side, they also had the genocide with the Nama, where about 10,000 Nama people died during that genocide.
Okay. This could be why you guys have got a small population.
Yeah, actually our population has been very small.
Yeah. For a
Here
longest
we have
time.
the
I
original.
actually thought it was 15 million.
No.
I mean, 5 million, not 15.
Oh, that's a lot. I think it might be because we have a lot of people coming in from different countries.
No, still.
Congolese? No, mostly that are not counted.
Illegal immigrants.
Illegal immigrants. Congolese and a lot of
Zambians.
No, not Zambia.
I mean, you said Zambian. You don't have to change it just because I'm here.
No, we do have Zambians, but not as much as the Zimbabweans.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're more friendly than South Africans, so most likely you're likely to have more Zimbabweans.
Yeah. We do also have South Africans that are illegally here and the ones that are legally here.
Oh, so pretty much the entire Central Africa is still coming in illegally.
They're still coming in illegally, yes.
All right.
Here we have the original chains that we used with the picture that was there with the
Yes,
guy.
I remember you
isn't
mentioned.
it?
Yes.
So then you have the neck. You can touch it if you want to.
So this is the neck.
That's the neck, then the hands underneath, and then...
These are the knees or the hands? These are the hands.
And if you touch the weight, it's very heavy.
No, it's okay. I don't want to be traumatized.
Here we have a small showing of how people would mine and get the stone to build the church. So the woman inside the mine, because she's a little bit smaller, she could go inside. And most of these people were used, that were used during this time would be Damara people, especially Damara women, because they were very known to the mountains.
Yes.
They had a name that they would be called mountain people.
So you go in the cave to retrieve a stone.
We'd take stones out, so she would put 3 stones on her bed, bring it out, and then the men would carry the stone. It's the same stone the church is built with.
The one that's right
outside, yes.
So what church is that? Is that Anglican or what?
That's the German Lutheran church.
Okay. Whew.
So from now, the German side of the story
Ends
goes
here.
into the South African side of the story.
So for the story to end, it was just simply an agreement for South Africa to hand over power, not decided to the
So the UN gave South Africa mundane to Namibia, so they can mundane the country until we can put our own people in.
I know a Zambian president ruled this place at some point. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if he was scared taking or something. It must have been at this point. It's called probably you'll be raising from your history, but during his death, it was recorded. I think it was during this transition.
Yeah, I think during that time there was someone that had to.
Yeah, that was a Zambian
Yeah,
guy.
because the UN gave the mandate to South Africa to just look after until we can put our
Yes,
people in.
and then they decided to take it up.
They decided to take it out.
So even the South Africans, they handed it over to still the white South the Boers.
They saw all the boars.
Yes, I get it.
So here they're just taking pictures with their new guns they have.
These are Germans also.
These are all South Africans.
Okay.
Here we have the guys that wrote the impeachment letters so that the UN can hear what's happening in Namibia.
Impeach the Germans or impeach the South Africans?
South Africa.
Okay.
So this is now the South African side of the story.
So this is the first team here.
This is the first team here.
Okay.
So then we have the guy, Hosea Kotako, which is named after the International Airport of Namibia.
Okay.
Samuel Hendrik Witbooi, which is the grandson of Hendrik Witbooi. Sem Nyoma, including Hans Bierker.
Yes.
And then the rest of them that wrote this impeachment letter so that the UN could hear what's happening in Namibia.
Let's see if I
They
can
wrote
read
the
this.
petition letter, sorry.
Early petition and
Yeah.
mobilization at the UN. Petition the newly established United Nations against the territory incorporation into South Africa after World War. That's World War II, right?
Yeah.
When Chief Frederick, what's that?
Frederick Hosea Kotako.
Is it Mahor? What? Frederick, what? That word there.
Oh, Frederick Marongo met the Reverend Michael Scott in which is now Botswana.
Yes.
So they met in Frederick's Morocco, which is now Botswana.
Yes,
so
I
back then
want-
it was called Frederick Morocco.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Which is now
Oh, which is now
Yeah,
Botswana
which is
in
now Botswana
1947.
In 1947. He
Suggested that Scott visit the chief.
of Hosea Kotako in Southwest Africa. There.
The Scott helped
Scott
members
helped.
of the.
Yeah.
It's the words they
Members
horror.
of
Anyway, we get that. So I needed help with those words.
Yeah,
Anyway.
no problem. I usually also get help from the.
No, you're good at it. Yeah, this the R is very pronounced. Mine is very light.
So here we have the president of Namibia. So this is a little bit
So-
way after.
After you're granted that,
Yeah.
but you said you fought. How come?
No, this was granted a little bit later.
Oh, okay.
So this is just in context of since this is here, they just put
Oh,
this
okay.
next to it.
Okay, I get it.
With the petition letters and the UN.
Yes.
That's the only reason.
They
it's
were
here.
next to it. Okay.
But this petition letters.
It's
everything
way,
comes
way. Okay.
because we had to fight actually
Yeah,
to get back the
yes.
country. And we went through a lot.
That's what.
Here we have the labor system. With the labor system, what the South Africans were doing, you get 1 meal a day. They put you to work and you work like a slave the whole time. On top of that,
So pretty much it got worse when the South Africans took
it
it
got so worse because we also had apartheid in Namibia
because of the South African
because
system.
of the South African system. So the South African municipality and the government ruled Namibia in total because we had the South African president, and then everything he said was done here in Namibia.
Okay.
Yes.
So it was like a province of South Africa in
It
short.
was actually one South Africa. back
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
That's what their plan was. So this is the economical experts where now our mines and the harbor were now also controlled by the South Africans.
Yes.
So this is racial discrimination against the black people of Namibia. So racial discrimination happened because of the apartheid system that they introduced. Whenever you are black and you're trying to march for your rights, you either get burned, beaten up, thrown into jail, or all of the above that
Yeah.
do the kill.
Yeah.
So then the bench here was placed in Walvis Bay where it says no blacks allowed. So this was part of the apartheid system that also happened in Namibia.
So this would be placed at a bar or what?
This would be placed in the middle of the city.
Oh,
and this is
blacks
not
were not
the
allowed
only-
in the entire city.
They were not allowed in the entire city unless you work for them. You're not allowed to be in the city. Even if you were there, you're not allowed to sit on the benches that are saying blacks not allowed.
So let's say, for example, you're a maid. Where were the maids staying?
You mostly just stand the whole time and just follow them or be at their houses. And even in their houses, there are certain places that you work and certain places that you should not go into.
Wow.
Here we have the exile.
Yeah.
And the countries that Namibia was exiling
Yes.
into. So Angola, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Botswana were the main countries
Yes.
for exile, especially Angola.
So you see why those countries are coming back after you guys.
Yeah, we just went for exile. We actually came back to our country.
I'm saying that this is why they're also coming back after everything.
Yeah, but
okay?
they are planning on living in our country. Which is,
They're not intending to.
They're not returning back.
They want to become citizens and become president at some point.
yeah. So with South Africa, we never went to South Africa for exile because South Africa is going through the same
Yes,
thing.
yes.
But my mom had different plans. My mom was going from apartheid into apartheid, so she ran from South Africa into
Coming,
Nigeria.
well, she wasn't aware of the
She
system.
was not aware of what's happening in this side.
Yes.
And then we were asking her that, why didn't you just continue to like Angola? or
Probably
Zambia?"
it was better.
Yeah, and then she's like, what if the next country was going through the same thing?
Yes, yes. You never knew the fact that she moved from South Africa and then you found the same situation and what made
Here, what
the
would be the outcome on the other side?
Yes.
That was her thinking.
Yeah,
So
you
then
might
she
as well settle
decided to stay
something.
here.
Smart
Here we have
decision.
the struggles of workers
Yes.
and how they were being treated in their workplaces, especially with being burned or being beaten up.
Yes.
Then our
This is after independence, right? Or
this is during the
during
time
the
of
fight.
fighting for the country back, actually.
From
Not
the
even independence yet.
yeah.
And this is the youth resilience,
Yes.
where the youth could not take it anymore and they were fighting back.
Yeah.
And most
I
of
can
them
see-
would end up in prison.
This is a lady. Oh, this is a guy. Eh?
That's a lady. Yes.
Okay.
On this side, we have the church, the roles of the church. So the role of the church was, as Namibians, we had all our ethnical beliefs, but then when the Germans came, we were introduced to Christianity, where now about 95% of Namibian people
Are Christian.
became Christians.
Okay.
And that's how the church came to be involved.
Okay. So it was part of the fight or against the fight?
It was somehow in the middle.
Whoever wins, they're going to be on their side.
Yeah.
I get it.
But the church was a huge help for some people that were actually running for refuge after like some certain things.
Yes.
Here we have the People's Liberation Army of Namibia, where our president Sam Nujoma was.
That's a
also
gentleman
part of-
in the
No,
uniform.
that's another guy.
Okay.
Where he was also part of the frontline soldiers. So at a point of time, he did also fight. And he was also the youth president of the SWAPO party, which is the Southwest People's Organization.
So who's that gentleman in
That one is the commander of the army. back then.
is it the same person here?
That's two different people.
Okay.
They look the same, but they're very different.
Yeah, that's
There
true.
their pictures are.
At the bottom here?
Now, looks different. Okay, here we have the People's SWAPO.
Yes.
And how it was formed back then. So the SWAPO party was formed by all of those people that are in this picture.
Mm-hmm.
Back then it was a different name, and then later they changed it into SWAPO party. So SWAPO stands for Southwest People's Organization.
Okay.
So
That's before Namibia was named.
That's before the name of Namibia even came to be.
Okay.
So then, back then we were known as Southwest Africa.
Yes.
So then the party was named Southwest People's Organization.
Okay. Established in April 19th, 1960.
Yes.
Okay.
Here we have the guys that also served in Robben Island. Most of them did come out. Some of them.
That's the
did
prison
not.
where Mandela was, right?
That's the same prison Mandela was.
Yeah.
And here we have a small exhibition of prison. This is actually very big. The original one is not that big.
Wow.
You can go inside.
So this would be
Those
for.
are all original things that came from the prison.
You mean the sheds and everything?
Everything, including the blankets.
So only one occupant would be here, or what?
So this one is even bigger. It's
Yeah.
not this big.
It's not this big.
No.
I see a picture of someone being hugged by Mandela here. Is it a local person from here? Here, this picture. Oh, you have no idea.
Yes, that's actually Andima Twepo. He was supposed to be the president of Namibia.
What happened?
He was not in a good mental state to rule a country after coming out of prison. On his own words.
Wow. That sounds like someone that's very self-aware. For them to acknowledge that.
He was not like Mandela. He was not.
What's this setup here? This is where the prisoner.
That's
What?
where they would have a friend, like a.
Oh, someone comes to
on the other
visit
side.
you.
Yeah.
And,
To talk with them through the phone and all of that.
huh?
This is in Angola.
You guys went to fight for them or something?
In a way, Namibia did kind of help in some of these fights because most of them happen on the borderline.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. Namibian history. So I've been seeing a debate online now concerning Germany and Namibia. So this is where it's stemming from to say they're supposed to acknowledge that
They should acknowledge that they started the first genocide in Namibia.
But you're aware of the Congolese genocide also? So this one happened earlier than that?
This one happened earlier than any of the genocides that happened
in the world.
in the world.
Wow.
Yes.
There's a lot of history that we Africans are supposed to embrace and pronounce. Anyway, now that the story is in public domain and this conversation, I'm pretty sure something is going to come up.
Yeah, South Africa actually is standing with Palestine and says
Yes, I'm aware of that. Where,
Israel has to acknowledge that that is a genocide that they're doing against the Palestinians.
yes.
And then Germany should acknowledge that the genocide they did against Namibia and then if they...
Well, in fact, even the guy that did the genocide in Congo is also German. So it seems like the Germans were...
They started the whole genocide thing.
And this is before Hitler. So Hitler was on the right track.
That's this was before Hitler. The whole plan came to be in World War II. So all of the Sucher trooper were actually a part of Hitler's troops that came to Namibia and then the ruling, according to a German person that said that. But we never knew that the Sucher trooper were part of Hitler's team. So here we have different
is that a
fighting of how we were now getting our country back.
and fight? It was more lethal than
They
did not want
to give it up. They were fighting to not give it up.
Yeah.
They were like, no.
Yes, it's like they were ready to do anything.
Yeah.
It took.
Here we have the gorilla.
These are the actual uniforms or replicated?
These are the actual uniforms. The gorilla operators were fight and hide.
Yes.
During this time, what they were doing was they were now lighting up a fire that the South Africans would get really infuriated by what they were doing and hit where it hurts the most. You can maybe go around and if you have any questions, you can let me know because these are mostly just the war.
Yeah. The aircon is better here. Why?
It's because it's the second floor. It's more cold here. I think because it's in the middle as well.
Yeah. This is the same story as
So
the.
here, the South Africans now hit where it hurts the most by creating a sinker.
What's this now?
So this was a massacre that the South Africans did.
So what's the setup? Burning them or frying them? What?
This is a missile. And with the missile, if it falls, it's going to bomb the second time.
Oh, okay.
So that just shows here.
And South Africa is just here. All this.
This is South Africa.
Wow.
So then the guerrilla teams fighting and hiding, they decided to now bomb one of the exile camps, which was in the borderline of Namibia and Angola, on the 4th of May.
This is what
1978. Yes. So this was in the morning. These people on this place were mostly women and kids and young boys, and mostly injured.
So it was both the Angolans and
These were
Namibians?
all Namibians
Okay.
that went into exile. Most of them didn't survive.
Yeah, obviously.
And then this was the end result.
After the bombing?
After the bombing. So these are attacks on.
So this is between the border between Angola
and Angola.
Okay. Civilian support?
Plain peace. So then now they needed to support the civilians because if they can do something like that to civilians, then
Yes.
they needed to now start also involving women and start bringing soldiers to be just ready there and fighting for those civilians.
Yes.
Here we have the bundled education system where they were going to school but also ready for war.
Wow.
And also the political mobilization.
Real education. not just covering one aspect, but everything is
But
covered.
everything is, yeah.
Yeah. You can fight, you can articulate issues,
And then you can also have a basic knowledge about
Yes.
what's happening. Here we have the different countries that helped Namibia during our liberation war. So we had Cuba, North Korea, China, um, Russia, and Zimbabwe.
Yes.
These were all communist countries that helped Namibia and with their leaders. But then we later got help also from the UN and different other European countries, including other African countries.
Yes.
But these were the first main countries that helped, especially North Korea. North Korea helped Namibia, but North Korea wanted something in return. They got uranium, we got weapons from them, which is
So it was a trade.
all of this machinery. So our relationship
So the machinery came from North Korea.
from North Korea and China. Our machinery and most of our soldiers that got training also got training from them.
Okay.
And the building itself was built by North Korea that we're standing in.
This one here.
This one here.
In 20, is it 2014 or
2014. No, 2012 they built, 2014 they opened.
opened it? Why take that long to open it?
I'm not sure. They had to move everything from the old museum into this one.
Where was the old one?
The old museum is next to this museum.
Where is that?
On the other side. The old white building.
Okay. Is it still open or?
It's closed, but when we do city tours, we get to talk about the building and the history behind it.
What are city tours?
A city tour is the history of the city and of everything that happened during the German
Oh,
times.
okay. Then you
Going
get
into the Slavic times.
you get the access to that.
You get a little access to that building.
Okay. We're going to the third floor?
We're going to the third floor.
What
The
else?
last floor. I hope it's not being cleaned.
Oh, I know. If it's been cleaned, we'll find out.
They were washing the floors earlier.
That's a lot of history about Namibia. For a country with a small population, there's a very dark.
We have dark ages, and with the city tour, you get to hear more about the dark ages.
Darker than the genocide.
It starts from the first genocide, going into different types of ways of how the Germans were doing their rulings.
Wow. So this is the building where you showed me with the lady would pick stone and
Yes,
then
that's the church. They would pick the beautiful stone outside.
Yes.
Was mine. The way I would, in the picture that the lady was going inside the mine. The other one is the Parliament building of Namibia, which the Germans started, but it was not built as a parliament for the Germans. It was like a ink house, a home office building for their documents. The South Africans came with the idea of a parliament.
Turned that into a
And
parliament.
turned it into a parliament. Oh, they're cleaning the floors. Okay, in here we have the way that we were now walking into independence. We
Yes.
are in India, we meet with different leaders, get a little bit of an understanding of how to rule a country.
Yes.
Our education system also changed. Our education system has changed very much. It's way better than it was back then.
What does it? What have been the changes?
They got better classrooms. They got teachers that are
Well educated.
well educated. School is free from primary up until high school until you go to university.
It's been that from inception.
No, it hasn't been free. At the last, let me say, it became free in 2009. We had free education,
Okay.
and then
And then how many terms does the president stay? Is it 2 terms or
2 terms only.
which is how many years
It's 5 years
each?
approximately. But our president, the first one, stayed for 15 years.
Because they had to set the ball.
whole thing up.
Yes, yes.
Here we have our medical system,
Yeah.
how our health works. Our health system is pretty much hasn't really changed much
Okay.
unless you have medical aid. Here is just to honor heroes and heroines that fought during the time. So this is like an honorable flower grave thing.
Okay.
So flower to the heroes. When we got independence, it was our first soccer team, first wine bottles, first beer bottles, the flag that was being displayed everywhere.
Mm.
We
So
got-
when was the name change from Southwest?
So when we got independence, the name changed as well, where we
Okay.
called it Namibia.
Who suggested that and what's the story? Is there a story behind it? Like
There's
who?
a story behind, but when we do the cities tour.
Okay.
Yeah. So then also the colors came of the flag.
Yeah. Huh?
We got independence in 1990 on the 21st of March. Here we
Okay.
have the different leaders and how the UN also came to be involved in the war.
Also, Namibia actually got independence earlier in South Africa because you guys beat up the Boers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got independence in 1990. I think South Africa got independence
92.
plus.
No, 92. I don't know, 91 or 92. It must have been like the last African country to get independence.
Because our independence is quite younger than
Yours
South
is 90,
Africa's.
you said 90, right?
It's 90 years.
Yeah, South Africa is either 91 or 92.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure
1990.
that. Yeah, so you guys got it earlier
Oh.
from these apartheid.
Apartheid, yeah, Brazilian
And
and
all
in South
this-
Africa, they did get independence earlier than us, but then they had to change the president in 1992.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So here it's different flags of different parties in Namibia. The SWAPO party.
Oh,
is
these
the
are
main-
political party
These are all
flags.
political parties in Namibia.
Still present?
Still present, yes. All
So
of
you only
them.
have 4 political parties, is it 5?
We now have 6.
Okay.
One was added.
Okay.
In here we have the panorama.
What's that?
The panorama is just showing you from the olden times to the new times and how we fought from the German times to the South African times and then we got independence.
Okay.
At the back, that's the panorama. So you can start from here and then just.
Oh, and then see everything that I've sung.
Yeah.
I don't have seen that. Remember that Zungo. It's a beautiful museum. North Korea built this.
So the one downstairs is the Lost Music of Namibia. It's actually closed now. I don't know.
This is like floor or something
That's on the second floor.
for music.
Yeah, the lost music that got lost during the wars and all of that.
Stolen moments. What's that all about? This is all music or just art in
This is
general?
all art, music, and
Okay,
it's historical.
I get it. Very interesting. All right, guys, that's about it. Let me just close it off.